Hello, in this video, we will simplify the expression found below. The first thing we have to do is identify the denominators. We can see that we have x minus 5 as well as x. Since they're different, we have to find a common denominator before we can combine the fractions. So let's take a look at the denominators. Well, the least common denominator, or LCD, is x times x minus 5. What I'm going to do is just write that at the top. So we have the LCD, or least common denominator, as x times x minus 5. So what does this mean? Well, it means that each fraction must have both factors in the denominator. What I'm going to do is rewrite the fractions over here to the right, and we have x plus 4 divided by x minus 5 minus x minus 3 divided by x. Taking a look at x plus 4 divided by x minus 5, the missing factor is x. So we're going to multiply the denominator and the numerator by x. Take a look at x minus 3 divided by x. The missing factor is x minus 5. So you're going to multiply the denominator by x minus 5 and the numerator by x minus 5. Okay, so now you can see that both fractions have the least common denominator of x times x minus 5. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is work with the numerator. We're going to distribute and multiply. So starting with the first one, we have x being distributed to x and x being distributed to 4. Okay, so x times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. Bring down the minus sign, and we'll go ahead and distribute and multiply the binomial here to the right. X times x is x squared. And then we have x times negative 5 is negative 5x. All right, we have negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Last but not least, we have negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. Okay, so let me make this a little bit clearer. That should be a 15. Okay, so what I want you to see here is to the right, we have to combine some like terms. Take a look at negative 5x, negative 3x. Let's rewrite everything. We have x squared plus 4x minus x squared minus 8x plus 15. All right, so this is where you have to be very careful. We have to expand the numerator very carefully. Okay, and what I also want you to see is that since we are subtracting this second group, it will become this. So let me place parentheses around x squared minus 8x plus 15. Okay, so that's what's going on here. Now, another thing I want you to see is that we have this negative sign is being distributed to each term within the parentheses. Okay, very important. And also you can look at this negative being distributed to each term within the parentheses. Well, they're going to become the opposite of what you see now. So positive x squared is going to become negative x squared. Negative 8x is going to become positive 8x. And positive 15 will become negative 15. Okay, so let's go ahead and write that down. And we have x squared plus 4x. And just remember, this negative is being distributed to each term. So I'll show the arrows to allow you to see that. All right, and so each term becomes the opposite of what they are now. So positive x squared becomes negative x squared. And then we have negative 8x becomes positive 8x. And positive 15 becomes negative 15. All right, and so the next thing to do is to combine like terms. We have x squared, we have negative x squared. Well, they cancel out because it's just 0, so no worries there. And then we have positive 4x and positive 8x, which in this case is 12x. So that is 12x minus 15. Don't forget is over your least common denominator of x times x minus 5. But it's simplified. However, if you take a look at the numerator, we have 12 and 15, which share a common factor. The common factor they share is 3, so we can factor out a 3. And ask yourself, 3 times what gives you 12x? That is 4x. Minus 3 times what equals 15? 5. And that's over your LCD of x times x minus 5. That is our final answer, and it is completely simplified. I hope that was helpful, and I do want to say that this is how you simplify rational expressions step by step. And in the next problem, we're going to move from simplifying fractions to solving quadratic equations. And that's where we'll find the roots of a polynomial using factoring or the quadratic formula. So stay tuned for more calm, clear Algebra 1 lessons right here on MathByTV.